things like this, you've got to explore every single avenue in you that you can be able to maximize something from. In the first, not looking for them in attacking third. Central midfielder Sadat Mohamed, with a escape shot from outside the penalty box, caught the goalkeeper by surprise. Goalkeeper Emmanuel Kobi, who has basically saved everything that was thrown at him, fumbled, and then with 10 minutes to go, managed to draw his team back into it. But when it was time for penalty kicks, you could tell that in terms of penalty kicks, it's a lottery. Anybody can win. And they were lucky enough to win via the penalty shooter by 5-4. But in terms of the conversion rate, I think both teams did very well over the course of 90 minutes. They had a go at each other, but to me, the luckiest team won on the evening.
You think it's down to luck?
Penalty is basically sheer luck. It's a lottery. And anything that is lottery is luck.
Well, I'm one person who doesn't believe penalty is down to luck. I feel it is something that you practice, you learn how to do, and you execute. It's like any other skill, it's learned there. But Nanedu, I mean, Nsoatreman winning on penalties. After going 1-0 down, they had to fight very, very hard. And they won on penalties.
Mine. I told you earlier on, they are my favorites for today's game, but it will not come easy because of the performance in recent times Bofoakwa have been showing, especially in the FA Cup. So kudos to Nsoatreman for winning the 2023-2024. Number 2, I'm happy for Nodu. You know, one of the longest serving coaches currently in the Premier League. One of the few coaches who has won the Premier League back to back. Won it with Wild Stars, won it with Asante Kotoko. He's here to win the FA Cup. So for Nsoatreman to win the FA Cup, at the time he's the head coach of Nsoatreman, he joins the likes of Samuel Boadu and the likes to be the few coaches who has won both the FA Cup and the Premier League as managers. So I'm happy for former Blasters assistant coach, former under-20 head coach, former Black Galaxy head coach, former coach of Asante Kotoko, Legon Cities, Wild Stars, Master Knodu for winning the FA Cup 2023-2024. 3, I'm happy for people like Ignatius Bofoakwa. I always talk about big personalities investing their money into our game. And I'm happy this particular season, Ignatius Bofoakwa and Richard Nsoatreman, two powerful businessmen and politicians, especially Ignatius Bofoakwa, helping his team to win the FA Cup. It will motivate him more to invest a lot in our game. And I'm happy for someone like Eric Alajidede, 5 years ago, communication manager for Kayola United. And, you know, a strong journalist in this country, upgrading himself to become a general manager for a team like Nsoatreman and guiding this particular team to win the FA Cup. And number 4, I'm happy for some of these players. Modela off air, I was telling you, this particular season, Nsoatreman started well. It got to a time they were battling the top with some of the top guys at the top of the Premier League. Formed in the middle of the season, and they came back in the end of the season, started picking some few points, especially at home. Vim started to call from when they lost at home to Accra House of Folk. In that game, Awaka Ratara went away to pick that 2-1 win. So Vim started to say Eba from. But I'm happy for some of these young guys, you know, Morrison Anoche, Uman Manaf, Sadat Mohamed, all these Dew. I'm talking about Stephen Dew and the players in the Nsoatreman team for guiding this team to win the MTN FA Cup. Now, the focus should channel towards Africa. How to augment your squad, how to prepare yourself, and how to make sure you bring in some quality players to augment the current one and prepare for the Confederations. But Dream says has set up a standard here. When you want to get there, you need to prepare hard and go. So I'm happy for Nsoatreman for winning the FA Cup. And Samatas, the two teams joining this year's interclub competition. So they need to invest a lot and prepare themselves for the interclub competition.
So the medal presentation is ongoing at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. There you have Bofoakwa players there walking up the podium to receive their silver medal. Ajima Bedu, former Black Stars midfielder, is the icon of the day, together with the chairman of the MTN FA Cup, Mr. Wilson-Atta, and the president of the Ghana Football Association, Keto Kweku. They're dishing out the medals to these Bofoakwa Tano players. They saw Francis, but they couldn't conquer. But I'm sure their heads will be up high, and they would, be proud of what they did, given they are all on the pitch. Making this very difficult for Nsoatreman when many thought it was going to be a walk in the park for Nsoatreman.
Yeah, they really held their own. They fought over the course of 120 minutes. It took just a simple lack of concentration in a split second from the goalkeeper, Emmanuel Kobe, who has been brilliant on the entire evening or throughout the entire season for them. He's one of their best players this season in the MTN FA Cup. And that had to slip through his hands and through his leg to hit the back of the net. But I think, aside that, they've been decent in everything that they've done today. But I think they'll go home not feeling dejected down. Yes, they've lost the cup, but they've done very well. They've really punched above their weight. And I know Coach John Eduafo, if you stay with them in Division 1, he'll help fight back so that he'll get them back into the Ghana Premier League. But I think this evening, they've been pretty decent in what they've done over the course of the 120 minutes. Of
course, and there you have Nsoatreman. Sorry, Bofoakwa still taking their medals. This could be the last time we see some of the players in the Bofo shirts. A player like Dada Saka, he has been tipped to join Kumasi, Asante Kotoko. There are other players also, like Ankara, for instance, has also been tipped to join Accra to Fogo. Bofo may lose most of these players that played in the Premier League.
I think even before the game, the head coach of the side, Coach Eduafo, said it, that some of these players, this could be their last game for the club. And I know this particular week, Asante Kotoko will be announcing some few players they've really talked to, and they will sign them for next season. Personally, I know Saka Dada is one of the players, or Makase Eduechide. If what I know is something to go by, he will be one of the few signings they will be confirming this particular week, after confirming players like Prince Kwabena Edu of Bebiani Gold Stars. Prince Kwabena Usu from Bebiani Gold Stars.
He announced his signing before the league even ended.
Yes, he said he was joining Kotoko. Saka Dada is one of the players. Emmanuel Nchu of Great Olympics is also one of the players. And I understand teams like Asante Kotoko, Samates, and Accra House of Folk are looking for the service of Emmanuel Kobe, the goalkeeper for Bofoakwa, because reports are coming from House of Folk campus. They are releasing 3 goalkeepers: Richmond Ayi, Richard Atta, and of course Eric Oforentry from House of Folk Boost. So these are all players who are likely to join some of these clubs in the course of the season. So, and
most of them have given a good account of themselves.
Absolutely.
If today was a justify your inclusion section, I'm sure most of these Bofu players might have caught their eyes off.
That's why when you saw, Emmanuel Kobe considered that goal, he was not really happy about himself considering that particular goal. But when you have a very good season, I don't think this particular goal is a very distracting about it. He's gotten a very good season, and some of these players have really worked hard in the course of the season. In the Ghana Premier League and the FA Cup, ultimately finishing a full season, becoming one of the best players in the season, it means you've done well, because it's not easy to play in the Ghana Premier League. It's very competitive, and you need to work hard to make your name in the Ghana Premier League. And some of these players have really worked hard this particular season, putting their name in the history book of Ghana football. And some of these players, even though Bofo is going down to Division 1, but they've really worked hard. Even though Eduafo, he was part of the Inter-Allies team that went to relegation. He was part of Kotoku Royals team that went to relegation, and he's now part of the Bofoakwa Tano team going to relegation. But he's been a good coach in general for this team, taking over from Stephen Frempong. So Eduafo has done a good job. I'm sure when they put 1 or 2 things in the right position, they may play in the Division 1 next season and still come back into the Premier League. They have a good team. The most important thing, when players are moving, you replace them with quality players who can help your cause.
So it's the turn of the champions in Nsoatreman to receive their gold medals, and that is how the players are also taking a walk majestically on the podium to receive their medals. But Nsoatreman, Francis have a good team, but they would need to augment the squad for Africa. We saw the quality that the African competition brings when Dreams FC were taking part in the Confederation Cup, which Nsoatreman will be playing next season.
Yeah, definitely. You could tell that they don't have a marquee striker in the team. They are supposed to augment now, because Dreams FC, when they qualified, they were going to Africa. they signed a certain John Empey to partner Ejenim Boateng. Ejenim Boateng got injured, and he stepped up together with a young chap. You understand? Yeah. So for you to go to Africa, you need a star man up front to be able to win your games. And if you look at Nsoatreman this evening, had it not been Sada shot from afar, they basically they never created any clear-cut goal-scoring chances like this. In terms of premium big chances, they struggle to do that. And that's one side of their game that they need to look at. I know Eric Alagidide and his squad, and together with Coach Maxwell Kone, they will look at the team. If it is that they will go outside the shores of Ghana to augment the strength of the team up front, they've got to do that, because it is one side that if you don't get it right, you can't get any proper footprint in Africa.
Of course. So there you have it. Keti Esokweko, the president of the Ghana Football Association, putting the medals around the neck of these Nsoatreman players. They are winners and they have won the gold medal. And the most important thing for Nsoatreman players and, of course, the management is that they will be representing Ghana in the CAF Confederation Cup come next season. So it's a big thing for these players. The 2024-2025 CAF Confederation Cup would have Nsoatreman representing us. Just as Dreams FC did, they would be looking at replicating that or even going a step further. Manaf Umar, the star man for Nsoatreman, we don't know whether he will stay at the club or he will move on. There were reports that he could move on to another team on the African continent or even in on the local scene. So let's see where Manaf Umar will end up. But Nsoatreman have won this, good for them. At least it's going back to Bono. So despite the fact that Bofoakwa may be sad, it is still a Bono club that have won the MTNFA Cup.
I agree with Blackgate on Nsoatreman making sure they sign quality players before they move to Africa. I know they are also interested in players like Danlad Ibrahim of Asante Kotoko and some of these players in the local scene. And right from the goalkeeping department, you can see they will need some few experienced players to help their team going to Africa. So I'll be looking up to the kind of signings they'll be doing in the course of the season. You know, this in Nsoatreman side, after qualifying for the Confederations Cup, they would like to sign quality players. And you know, Maxwell Kunedu, he has to work with most of these players in the local scene. So getting some of these players into their squad will not be a big news. There are also teams outside the country looking for some of their players in the Nsoatreman team. So I mean, I'm sure in the next 2 months, we have only July and August in between. In September, the new season starts. So we have only 2 months, at least 1 month mandatory rest, and they will have another 6 weeks preparing themselves for the interclub competition. I understand somewhere in the ending of August and first week of September, the interclub competition will start from.
So Eric Alagi Dede is the general manager of Nsoatreman. There you see him on the podium as well, exchanging pleasantries with the likes of Emmanuel Ajimabedu and, of course, the president of the Ghana Football Association. He's worked tirelessly, Francis. I mean, we know Eric Alagidede and the story from Karela, where he was the PRO up to now that he's moved a step further, becoming the general manager, guiding the team to a fit place together with Maxwell Kunedu, who is also exchanging pleasantries with the personalities or the dignitaries on the podium. They have done a good job, especially Maxwell Kunedu. We know the story of where he came from.
Yeah, you look at Eric, you know, he's one of those guys that are like the new revolution of Ghana football administrators. And he sees football. He's a Tottenham Hotspur fan. He sees football in Africa can be done just like the way the Europeans do their football. It's all about mindset and the way we go around doing our stuff. So I'm not surprised that he's able to make his footprint or his presence felt around this club. You know, with Karela, he had to leave them after Sinister lost. After they lost Sinister, the owner of the club, and his wife and other people needs to take over the club.
So it is that moment that the president of the Ghana Football Association hands the trophy to Nsoatreman. And there you have it. Nsoatreman have taken hold of the trophy, and I'm sure it would get to the rest of the playing body soon. But this is beautiful. It is the MTNFA Cup. I remember Keti Esokweko used to be the chairman of the MTNFA Cup some time back. How quickly life can change. Today, he's the president of the Ghana Football Association. And presiding over a competition that he's worked tirelessly to ensure they build. So Nsoatreman are champions of the FA Cup for the 2023-2024 season. There you have Mr. MTN dancing in front of them. It is done and dusted. Nsoatreman are the latest champions in town, and they will be representing Ghana in the CAF Confederation Cup. All too soon, the football season or the football calendar has come to an end, Nanedu.
Yes, I think it's a long season, about 10 months, right from September to June. So the team will have, the month of July to rest and August to prepare themselves. And September will be back with a lot of football actions, 34 Premier League games and a lot of FA Cup games, together with other international games and, of course, national team games. So it's been a very good season, very long season in Ghana football calendar. And I think right from the Football Association, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, TV rights, StarTimes and Mass TV, they've done a great job in the course of the season. I think kudos to organizers for putting such an important thing to us for Ghanaians to enjoy how football is going in this country.
Francis, they have the trophy. Last long season has come to an end from the Ghana Premier League through to the prelims of the MTN FA Cup. Up to this stage, that's one for Ghana.
Beautiful. When you look at the
Samatex champions,
and
Nsoatreman winning the Premier League. So not the usual Hearts and Ofoke and Asante Kotoko winning the two prestigious trophies we have in Ghana.
Yeah, sure. You look at the fireworks light up the stage there by MT and the organizers of the competition. I think it's been brilliant. That's the final icing on the cake. The League, Nsoatreman will play. Confuse two teams to in order decide on which venues they will be playing their intercontinental. I wish the Mediama Stadium, the one in the team, will be ready, because proximity-wise, I think that's the closest stadium to them, and I think probably that will meet the CAF demand so that they can be allowed to play with their having the. But aside, I think the two clubs deserve to win. They've been brilliant over the course of the season. And it's so much solace and happiness in terms of where they've come from last season, battling relegation to stay in the league. And this season, bringing in, their coach, actually is their coach that moved to Samatex. Nsoatreman, their coach moved to Samatex.
Yeah.
And he won the league for Samatex. Then they decided to go in Maxwell Konedu from Legon Cities, who also battled relegation last season with Legon Cities. And this season, he has managed to get them stable in the league. And then they've won their fee. I think it's a beautiful story. They will enjoy themselves.
So that bus ride from Accra to Nsoatre will be a good one. All too soon, we are coming to the end of our coverage, and let's close the curtains on Ghana football for the 2023-2024 season. So we are moving to the 2024-2025 season, and it has been a good one from match day one, where we started the Ghana Premier League. We've been here to bring viewers the coverage from match day one. There were challenges. I mean, we cannot do this without acknowledging that there were challenges, but we managed to bring you the best of our coverage there, and we have done well with the MTN FA Cup as well, from the round of 64, where we brought you every single game up to this stage, where we've brought you the final. It has been a good one, but we need to say bye-bye to you, and of course, we'll 2024-2025 season commences. We are going to enjoy ourselves. In the Premier League, and of course, there's one other team, Vision FC, have all qualified to be in the Premier League next season. So for sure, we are going to enjoy ourselves when the 2024-2025 season kickstarts. Nanedu has been ever present here, and I am grateful for having him by my side always when I am in this hot seat. He has done a great job. Together with Francis Aboibo Blagate, who is our resident analyst, also always been here to be present and ensure that he helps with the knowledge that he has in Ghana football. I can go on and on. Felix Rumak has been wonderful. Coach Ebenezer Sefa, we need to acknowledge him as well. Oscar Mauli at a point he had to leave and go to the United States. Coach and Thompson, all these people have been great. Coach Seidu has been here, and my very own boss. You can go on and on and on and on. Samuel Nkumu, all past through. My very own boss, Bofoakwa, has also been superb. He has been the main man in this seat there. Josiah Okokwe has been superb. Nana Jakwa JC on commentary duties, Prince Anna and Tony Bebley as well. They have all contributed their quota to ensuring that Ghana football gets to the standard that it deserves. The OB1 and the OB2 crew have also done an incredible job there. 34 weeks being on the road, that is not a thing. No cases these people go to, you'll be surprised.
Going to summer Texas is a hell.
And these people have all done an incredible job. And also the people that we work with closely in the studio, from the MCR, Philip, you can talk about Godwin, then the cameraman, Lawrence Sikanate, who is the director of the Ghana Premier League, Maximus, the TriCaster. I can go on and on and on. And Ningina Korea. Congratulations to the general manager of StarTimes, Madam Akofa Bansen, and also the CEO of IMAX Media, that is Mr. Nsoatreman, for also doing well and ensuring that you contribute your quota to lift the image of Ghana football, and also to the general manager of Max TV, that is Bonidin, Wankasa Bonidin.
Ricky Anochi.
Wankasa Bonidin.
And of course,
Ricky Anochi. Alaji Fadi Fatal. Despite the fact that he's not with us today, he also contributed. Of course, Omunina contributed. Nafisa Aduna Fatal. Omunina have helped to ensure, say, the Ghana football ever bremo, especially the Ghana Premier League and the MTN FA Cup. So we call it a wrap. But finally, Amekodo, thanks to you at home for always choosing StarTimes. And you what? And StarTimes you need baby and StarTimes you new baby no. Cause StarTimes, we have a lot of goodies for you. And in the 2024-2025 season, we will ensure StarTimes will improve the quality and the coverage. You better trim na the akoko baby. When in the second Holy Stars will be at Vision FC, will be at Wenchi, where Young Apostles will play. The online team has also been superb, led by Michael and of course Daniel Ni Ankra. They've always been here to also support. It will be our contribute the makeup team Jamila Munina Abwa Ama the season or Abery. It's a good one. Good evening to you. My name is Mutalaya Akubu. Let's link up again in 2024-2025 when the season kickstarts. Nyamisha on cam. We'll keep enjoying StarTimes and keep enjoying the programs that we bring. We'll be bringing you a lot of behind the scenes footages as the season went on. We'll be bringing you all these footages. Till we meet again, it's a revoir. Bye bye.
You heard your brother from Kumasi Asante. They're saying they're going to be beating you by 2 goals to 0. It can't be possible.
We've done it before. We've beaten them twice already. We've eclipsed them for the title, and they are coming with a certain level of vengeance. Clearly, and what it means is that we need to double up and buckle up.